luxury to walk into a situation where all the preparation we could just tuck away and yes, rely on it, but to trust that Essen was giving to all of us as a framework, as this very watertight framework, was really a luxury, because it meant that the freedom we all had to play within that structure was really phenomenal and very, very liberating.
It's a very kind way of saying I allowed the actors to do nothing.
And then the second question was for you, Jason. It was about your films and how they've sort of taken a darker tone as you've progressed.
I wish I could explain that. I guess I'm becoming more of a dramatic guy. I don't know. Maybe the libraries have been an outlet to do more comedy, and these are becoming more dramatic. I don't know.
There's no particular motivation?
I'm sorry, dude. I can tell you that I was in some sort of trajectory, but no. Helen gave me this book, and she said, you know, this is unlike anything you've ever said you wanted to do, but I have a feeling you're going to love it, and she was absolutely right. And, you know, I should mention right now, the author of the novel, Joyce Maynard, is here. Joyce, where are you? Can you stand up, please, for a second? I don't even deserve a writing credit. I basically transcribed the book, and it's her words that are the reason why we're all here.
Brilliant. Any other questions out there? Yes, the lady over here.
I just wanted to ask if you could go down the line and tell me what you thought was your favorite or most beautiful part of your story, Jason. Just your favorite thing that you got to work on or explore in terms of story and relationships to character.
We've got a little bit of time, so maybe we'll pick a couple per person if you want to ask.
Well, Jason, of course, and then Kate, and then I'm Garrett.
I'm really curious about yours, Galen.
You go first.
Yeah, Jason, you go first.
Oh man, sorry. What is the question?
Your favorite part
my favorite part of making this film? You know, my favorite part of making this film was that Josh made a pie every single day. And he's this picture of masculinity, except he would show up at this cottage he was living in, and he'd be wearing an apron, and he'd show up, and he'd be all excited about the new crust he got done. And he would give us pies every single day, to the point where he would come walking with a pie, and people would scatter. Say, oh no, he's got another pie!
Okay.
Eating Josh's pie.
And take it home, yeah.
Okay, my favorite part of the whole movie was how good Jason's arm got. I bring a football every single day to set. And beginning of the movie, you were still good. You were still good. It was just by the end of the movie, you had like, I don't know, 35-yard tight spiral.
Catherine taught me to throw a football over the course of the scene.
The gentleman over there at the far side.
This is a question for Jason. Many of your previous films, including Up in the Air and Thank You for Smoking, were very biting and dark and quite sad. And I was curious why you were attracted to why you felt the need to gravitate here towards something that was softer and more sentimental.
Well, I'm not all biting and dark and sad. This is getting very personal. Perhaps it was a reaction to having just made a few films in a row that had that effect on an audience. I don't know. I really can't tell you. Maybe it'll be 5 or 10 years from now that I'll look back and go, oh, that's probably when I made that movie at that moment. All I know is I read this book, I fell in love with it, and I needed to tell this story. And I was only going to tell it if I could make it with Josh and Kate. I remember Kate said yes, but she said she couldn't make it for a year, so we waited. And that's why there's young adults. In that interim, we made that movie.
There's a lady up in the front.